So, two things that I got out of that interview, that last one, was one, he's a hardcore mark.
Right, he doesn't care what they put out there. He's going to buy it.
And he's going to be a virgin most of his life.
Yes, sir.
So, with that being said, wanted to give a quick mark out to us being on Raw.
Oh, yeah, looking really sexy.
Four really tight end spots before 15 minutes of the show.
Damn right.
2 of the 4, which was really focusing on us. Actually, you were actually in the middle, you being so tall and that bright shirt that you had on.
It was white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were standing out the most, and I think that's why you were in the middle frame.
Oh, yeah, I was looking good.
But nonetheless, we were on Raw in the first 15 minutes of that. So if you see a group of people before the 15 minutes that they are actually focusing on, that would be us. All in all, what'd you think of Raw?
It sucked.
I thought so, too. I mean, even though that we were there.
I was expecting a lot more from all that ESPN coverage and the newspaper and everything. I just thought it was going to be a lot better.
Yeah, Vince failed on this one pretty bad. And I got the proof right here. I know this was going to be in the news section of it, but this is somewhat relative to what we're talking about right now. Raw's ratings, it did a final 3.2 for being on basic cable. And going head-to-head with the actual Lakers and Nuggets game that day, they scored a 6.9.
Damn.
So, congratulations to Stan Kroenke for standing up to Vince McMahon and also
beating him
pretty good. They did announce there during commercials that there was going to be, if we went ahead and stuck around and bought the Smackdown tickets,
right,
they were going to be at a 40% discount?
I think it was half off.
Was it half off?
Yeah, half off.
And they promised 3 steel cages,
right,
for SmackDown.
Well, one of them, right?
Well, they said 3 steel cages. Now, they weren't specific on what match, what show.
They said, I remember the preview said SmackDown ECW.
Right, so, but I have that right now. So as we go into SmackDown, I know it's a Friday,
right,
and this is before it's actually going to be shown on the local channels, but this is what they get for taping it. We don't want to know about dark matches. Superstars, it says right here, John Cena defeated Ted DiBiase with the STF.
And this is for what, Superstars?
That's for Superstars.
Okay.
By the way, we were there for Superstars, and it was only 2 matches.
Yeah.
So, and then they're also saying right here, Superstars here. So I'm thinking maybe they added this in, and now there's going to be 3 matches for, what's today? Friday?
Yeah.
So it must have been yesterday.
Yeah.
3 matches. So I want to check that out. But here's one of the cage matches right here, which is a post-ECW dark match.
Okay.
And it was WWE champion Randy Orton defeats Batista in a steel cage match after Ted DiBiase interfered. Batista laid out DiBiase afterwards with a spine buster.
Wow, I heard that match actually sucked. We interviewed someone earlier who was at that show and said that match really sucked. Okay,
so Ray first comes out after Jericho comes out, and he sets him up for the 619.
Right.
And I guess Jericho bailed out on that. So next match was the R-Truth and Great Khali versus the Dolph Ziggler and Mike Knox, which is a bathroom break match.
Horrible.
I'd rather see the worst divas wrestling on that time slot than these two, especially how they're using Khali.
Khali needs to be a heel, man. That face is not working.
He needs to stay as a heel. Other than that, they ain't got nothing for him, and they're going to probably release him.
Yeah, exactly.
The next one was the Women's Championship, Melina versus Alicia Fox. And Melina, of course, wins that. No surprise there.
Yeah, but those two are lame.
I do like Melina, though. I think she's hot.
Nice body.
You know, she's got a busted grill, but, you know, still.
I don't know. That's the side of the division of the women's I do not like. They're not putting it together. The ones on SmackDown are not wrestling as good as they are on Raw.
And she's also been doing a lot of crying in the back room since the draft.
Really?
Yeah, she when she got drafted to SmackDown, she started crying off the camera, created a lot of heat in the back. You know, she had heat on her before, and she worked very hard to get that heat off. when she was first dating Jim Morrison.
Right.
And them two were kind of like in a doghouse, so to speak. Finally, they separated, and Melina goes ahead and becomes women's champion, and she's back from her injuries, and she's working it. Now she's back with John Morrison. Now she's got some more heat on her. So who is it? Is it Melina or is it John Morrison that they don't like in the back?
I don't know.
John Morrison is a great worker.
He's a good worker. I would think it would be Morrison because I haven't seen him have a title in a long time.
You know what? You might be right.
He hasn't been pushed. He's been kind of being thrown around here and there. So
the girls were in the back, kind of complaining, like, what has she got to complain for? She's a women's champion just because she changed shows, and she's on the same show that John Morris is on. So I think
SmackDown's a better product right now anyways. I don't know why she's complaining.
Yeah, so they had another backstage build-up with John Morrison, and he was interrupted with Shelton Benjamin. So that might be a future feud pretty soon.
Which wouldn't be too bad at all.
Jeff Hardy cuts a promo promising to win the WWE title at Extreme Rules. Morrison defeats Umaga. Morrison is kind of looking like a young Shawn Michaels to me.
Yeah.
It could be just the pants.
I don't know. His ability in the ring is awesome. I mean, if they can build that CM Punk and Umaga feud to go up really high and then kill it to where CM Punk can go elsewhere and then Umaga can hold the title, Morrison could be a challenger right there for another good feud.
Now, you texted me earlier. We got word to check out this match because there was a spot where Morrison did a knee strike on a sitting Umaga in the middle of the ring.
Right.
Which right after that was turned into a falling Samoan drop. And from what I understand, looked like Morrison got hurt.
Wow.
So I can't wait to see that one. So right after that match, we were told that CM Punk comes down, hits Umaga with the briefcase. Todd Grisham went ahead and got into the ring and started to do a little in-ring interview with CM Punk. And from what we hear, there was a couple of people who weren't happy with it. They started booing, and somebody was chanting boring.
I can see why. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, usually when something like that happens, a run-in happens, the ring gets, emptied out, the music starts playing of the person who ran in, the crowd is all excited, and if you're going to break that up with an interview, I don't see why people wouldn't boo, because that's just stupid.
Yeah. The World Greatest Tag Team, that was the next match versus Crime Time, and they defeated them. Nothing really going on there. Nothing
really, but I'm liking the fact that they're going to put someone against Crime Time, that they're at least having some tag team matches on SmackDown.
Eve defeated Layla.
Ooh, my baby Layla.
And so that was another bathroom break.
That was a horrible match. I'm telling you, the women in SmackDown are not doing as good as the women on Raw.
Oh, and look at here, another backstage build-up. Who would have figured that one out?
Yeah.
That was between Chris Jericho and The Edge. I guess they had a couple words against the main event with Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy, which was a tag team match. And it looks like, it says Edge pinned Hardy. So, there you go. And it said the WWE Champion Edge speared Jeff and pinned him in a steel cage match. So, I don't know. We'll see about that. We were promised in Raw that there was going to be 3 steel cage matches.
Right.
I guess one was in ECW, and that was, I guess, a dark match of ECW. I guess this one, there must have been 2 steel cage dark matches in SmackDown, and the other one was John Cena that pinned the Big Show in the steel cage.
Right.
So, well, there you go. Nothing really too spectacular there either.
Well, the Jeff Hardy and Edge, I think the build-up is pretty